just watching.
Hey my bussy babes, and welcome back to another episode of 90 Day Fiancé Hunt for Love. This week is episode 4. Today I decided to bring the lights down real low and make it a little warm in here, because today it's about to get a little hot and spicy. You might want to keep your finger on the dial because you're probably going to be rewinding and or fast forwarding through this. Now we got a lot to go over. Courtney decided to stir the pot by letting Tim know that Jen is going around telling people that he paid for a male stripper. And Tim is not having it. He's tired of the allegations. Well, the gay allegations, because turns out, yes, he did pay for that stripper. So he goes right over to Jennifer and starts asking her, why is she going around telling people? And in this episode, it starts off right from there. He's going and asking, why are you bringing up something that happened 7 years ago? And she's like, it happened. Did it not happen? I'm just speaking the truth. And he's like, yeah, okay, but that was 7 years ago. Why are you going around telling people? Because it happened. You agreed it happened, right? Because it happened. Okay, yeah, I don't understand why you're bringing it up though. But Chantel and Colt decides to add themselves into the situation, trying to break it up, but now they're just screaming over them, still trying to get the same point across. Yes, you paid for a male stripper. You know you did it. Yeah, I understand, but it was 7 years ago. Keep my name out your mouth. He's basically like, don't ruin my experience here. But eventually they get them broken up. Cole takes Jen over here, Chantel takes Tim over there, but Cole asks her to explain what's happening, and she goes on to say that she's just saying what happened 7 years ago, and the only reason she's bringing it up is because for the last 7 years all he's done is talk crap, and she's tired of it. So she's about to blab her stuff and goes on to say that she's never said anything about him.
So that was a fucking lie.
But she's like, I've kept my mouth shut this whole time, and no, I'm not doing it anymore. I'm about to start talking crap myself. And goes on to say she's tired of him saying that she's a gold digger and all she's really trying to do is let people know who he really is. But Cole goes on to tell her just to settle down. All of that stuff's in the past. Just leave it be. Let's not continue this anymore. So Chantel takes Tim over there, but Joe ends up swooping in trying to figure out the situation himself. And Tim explains to him that he's just tired of hearing all the gay allegations. He's tired of her popping up somewhere being like, this man is gay. And he says for the last 7 years he's having to battle these allegations and he's just tired of it. And he came here just trying to look for love and learn from the coaches. He didn't want all this drama. And he gets so heated up about the situation, he's like, I gotta go outside. Now Cole comes back in, and earlier he was telling Jennifer to go ahead and calm down and forget the situation, but something clicked in him, and after this little interview, I was like, this guy's giving stalker.
Jen clearly was triggered by something that Tim had said. It makes me wonder if he's going to be watching in the background to see how we interact and if there's going to be a sexual fetish there, or if he's going to be turned on by that. If he's just going to keep showing up and pissing Jen off and ruining the time that her and I have together, then for me, that's a threat.
Is he not giving that dude from You? Have you guys ever seen that? After this interview, that's all I could see. And let me tell you, it gets worse after this. But after that little spiel, he ends up being like, you know what, F it. I'm gonna insert myself into the situation. So while Tim and Chantel are on the side talking, he decides to come up and try to say something about it, trying to get the whole information about the story. He's not actually really there to get any type of information. He's there just to defend his woman, his wifey wife. By the way, guys, remember, they've only been here for 3 days. But he comes over to Tim and Chantel and he's like, listen, I'm just here to get the information. I just want to understand what's happening. So Tim is like, listen, I don't want any drama. And Cole brings up a good point. Like, did you not approach her? And he's like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, you're right. But listen, she's going around telling all these women things that aren't true, spreading allegations. And Cole's like, I understand. That would make me upset too. But listen, how old are you, dude? 44? Well, listen, you have more life experience. And I think he was gonna try to get to the like, you shouldn't be causing any drama, but Chantel could see that Cole was trying to stir some stuff up. So she's like, listen, let me stop this conversation. Let me explain this to you. Jennifer keeps going around talking about Tim, trying to convince people that he's gay and just spreading rumors. And Tim goes on to explain that she's been doing this since day one and it's because he didn't sleep with her. And Cole's like, wait, you didn't sleep with my queen? Blasphemy. And goes on to be like, why? Why would you not sleep with the most beautiful girl in the world? And Tim explains that they just weren't vibing, so he just did it. And he's like, and I've been having to defend my sexuality for years because of this, because she keeps going around saying that I'm gay just because I wouldn't sleep with her. And while they're talking, Jen finally rolls in, and Cole, he is about to mess everything up for him just in this span of like 5 seconds. He thought he was doing some chivalrous stuff. Chivalrous.
stupid.
He thought he was being a big dog around here, and no, he completely turned Jen off literally within 5 seconds.
Don't you have anything to do with your life and just complaining about nothing?
But just give us a second. It's okay.
Okay, a second.
Will you please give me, your 10 seconds. You know how long those are?
Okay.
You go take 20 of those, okay?
Who the fuck you think you talking to?
And Jennifer, she did not like that. I guess it's cool you're trying to stand up for me, but that's not cute. We don't even know each other like that. And said that her last 2 relationships, the men that she was with were very controlling, and she's just done with that kind of lifestyle. And now she's looking at Cole in a whole different light. So she's not vibing with Cole like that. But Cole goes back over there to make himself look like a big ass fool. He goes over there and he's like, listen, this is my woman. You're not gonna be talking crap about my woman. You said that what she was talking about was 7 years ago. So why are you walking up to my woman and trying to start some crap? And they're like, well, yes, this whole argument was from 7 years ago, but she brought it up like today, now, like it's here and the now. We would have left it back then if she never said anything. And he's like, but wasn't that 7 years ago? You're gonna talk shit about something that happened 7 years ago? But it was brought up today. But it was 7 years ago. I don't know if it's not clicking to him or if he just does not care. He's like, I'm gonna defend my woman regardless. She could have stabbed this man. I'm standing 10 toes down for her. But he keeps trying to push the whole, it was 7 years ago and you're causing the drama now agenda. And for some reason, he starts closing in on Tim. And so Chantel is kind of like, she's not moving in. She was already kind of close in the general area, but Cole is moving in on her and he feels her hand and like kind of pushes her off a little bit. Okay, now you're just getting aggressive over this?
Stop it. Get some help.
And everybody, not just Tim, the woman that he is defending, even her, is like, this is weird. What is he doing? Like, we're not married. What are you doing? And Chantel's like, listen, babe, your breath stank. Can you back up? Can you get out my face? Go brush your teeth. But Stink Breath Boy decides he's not going to back up, so they're still arguing in the corner, and Jennifer's like, F it, I'm going to come right back out. So she comes out there, and Tim is like, let's squash the drama here. You don't talk about me, I won't talk about you. Let's just move on about our day. And she turns around and is like, it was never about the money. The little $100, it was never about the money.
Can you shut the fuck up?
Girl, what are you doing? It should have just been left at that. Okay, we won't talk crap about each other, and let's back away. Tim is like, you know what, I'm going to keep my mouth shut because I'm not trying to embarrass you right now. And Jen is just screaming over him, and it's so funny because Carlo in the background is like, oh, don't keep your mouth shut. Embarrass her. Do it.
You know what? I'm keeping my mouth shut because I don't want to embarrass you because I'm a
Embarrass yourself. You're the only ones embarrassing yourself.
But Tim is over this shit. He's like, can you please get the fuck out of my face? And she's like, you get the fuck out of my face. Girl, you walked up on him. Y'all came to him. He was already there. But he's like, I'm tired of fucking hearing you. You're screaming. Shut the fuck up. He's like, you know what? I'm done. And he ends up leaving. Like, leaving the club. Like, he catches a taxi and he's gone. And he ends up being like, I don't think this is honestly worth it. Being here with my crazy ass ex. Like, should I just go home at this point? But after all that happens, Courtney sneaks back into the situation. Nobody has seen her the whole time shit popped off, but now she sneaks her way back in and she's like, oh, I think I just stirred the pot. Am I the pot stirrer? You know, I totally didn't mean to cause any drama between them. Not at all. Oops. But Colt goes on to be like, listen, that wasn't your fault. I think you have good intentions. You're just trying to help people. And even she didn't believe that shit. Me? Who the fuck is you talking about? But after she gets gassed up by Colt, she goes over to Usman to get her aura fluffed. And she's like, I heard I'm your number 1, 2, and 3. And he's like, baby, you're my everything.
So that was a fucking lie.
The only way I'm going to leave you is if you tell me to get gone. I will be gone. That's all. And thankfully, I'm so glad Courtney is getting it together. She's like, you know, with my dating history, it's not been the best. And, you know, I need to be on my guard a little bit more because maybe he could be using me. There's a little voice in the back of my head being like, Courtney, stop being a dumbass. So thankfully, she's being skeptical of Usman. Not so much skeptical. She's like, he needs to put in some effort if this is gonna go anywhere. But now it's time for everybody to hop on the bus. So Colt comes and swoops Courtney real quick. He's like, come sit with me on the bus. And Usman, he's starting to feel the challenge a little bit. But now Cole, on the other hand, he's not about to have a good time at all. It's time to get on the bus. And Cole is like, let's go. Come on, baby. Let's get on. Let's go home. And she's like, no, you follow them. I'm gonna go over here. Actually, I'm gonna go talk to him. And him is Rob.
It's not looking good, Bev. It's not looking good.
Now she goes over there and she literally sits right behind Cole. Literally took one step over. She's over there flirting it up with Rob now. She's like, ooh, taste my drink. You want some of this water? And just like feeling all on him on his chest. And Cole is still in the back being like, hey babe, come on, we gotta go. Let's get on the bus. It's time to go. And she doesn't even look at him. Cole is literally lurking in her shadow. He's making sure he stays on top of her. They're walking down the trail and Jen and Rob are like, oh, how are you? I miss you, yada yada, being cutesy with each other. And Cole is literally just a couple of steps ahead of him and keeps looking back like it's his parents being like, you're coming? You coming? But they're almost to the bus and she's still hanging out with Rob, and Cole is starting to get irritated now. He's like, so are you my woman or are you Rob's woman? Remember guys, it's been 3 days. But Rob is like, listen, I'm gonna go in whichever bus doesn't have you know who in it. And thankfully, for him anyway, at least when in the opposite bus that Jen was in, everything worked out for him. It was just a smooth sailing from here on out to the...
Cut the cameras. Dead ass.
But Rob hops in the bus right after Jen and Cole is right behind him. But Jen asks Rob to sit next to her and Cole makes a scene out of it.
Just want to avoid drama. For real, like, please.
Come here.
Me?
Yeah.
All right, I'll sit.
Dude, if you sit in that chair, that's trauma right there, man.
That's trauma?
I'm not gonna lie, that's trauma right there.
I don't want to be in no trauma or none of that.
Can you do me a favor and get the out of the seat?
Doesn't have to.
Why are you doing this
We have
today?
friends.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You're friends? Alright, like if this is something that you guys want to do, then let me know so I can off and go do my own
Can you
thing.
relax and please listen? We met yesterday, so we are just like getting to know each other.
Like, bro, this ain't your girl or your wife. And she told me to sit down.
I like it.
Really?
I'm not going anywhere.
But on the way there, Rocky, I'm sure he was just trying to, you know, make it not as awkward as possible, because the whole time Rob and Jen are sitting right there, basically almost making out with each other. So close to doing it. They should have just did it. But Cole, for some reason, decides he's gonna just bear it and sit right next to them. But Rocky's like, so, do you have fun today? Yeah, what'd you drink? Oh, that's cool, buddy. So, just trying to distract him. So Rocky, you're a real one for that. But the whole time they're sitting there, basically almost about to get it on right there, finally Cole decides to get up and walk to the back of the bus. But before he moves, Rob and Jen are over there again, almost getting it on. And Rob is like, how many tattoos you got? Wait, don't tell me. I'm about to find out myself, baby. And Cole is like, oh my gosh, I feel pretty dumb right now. I just went and defended this woman, but it's okay. That is my wife. That is my queen. I'm gonna ride for her.
Has this ever happened to you? Mixed emotions? Different signals that you thought that she wanted you? Well, guess what, bud? I have a solution for you. She don't wanna you, nigga. She don't wanna you little.
But now Rob and Jen, they're starting to make plans, and y'all better have hit subscribe in the last video, because if not, you was wrong, okay? You was wrong. Hit the subscribe right now. Do it now. But Rob and Jen they're making plans to spend the night with each other, okay? He's like, I'm gonna go grab my Switch. You're gonna go grab your Switch, and I'm gonna beat you off. I'm gonna beat you. Yeah, we gonna play some Mario Kart. And if you beat me off, if you beat me, I'll wash all your clothes. If I beat you, you gonna give me that kiss, okay? And she's down for it. She's like, I just need a charger so I could beat you off. Now, Tiffany and Usman start talking about Courtney, and he's like, listen, she's my everything, and I'm gonna go for her. But I start seeing this guy coming in on my woman, and you know, it's a little bit of competition. And she's like, who you talking about? And he's like, Colty. Yes. And guess what? I'm sorry to say, but I'm more of a man than him. So if she decides to pick him, she's just damn right dumb. I have been showing Courtney that I'm into her, but now she's turning around, leaving the bar with Colty. Nuh-uh. I can't have that. For Courtney to leave somebody like me, Soldier Boy, singer, artist, now Nigerian rapper to go with the man with the pot belly looking like a pregnant woman? I'm sorry. Somebody had to say it. And if she picks Colty, pregnant guy, I've been wasting my time. But Tiffany goes on to say that you need to just put in a little bit more effort because guess what? From day one, she's been saying that she likes you. Really think she said she liked Colty? Hell no. So just put in some effort and I guarantee you, you're gonna win her. And he's like, that's good to hear. Thank you, thank you. Because you know what? I love her.
What? What?
I love her. I'm gonna bring her to Africa tomorrow. She's my everything. I'm going to marry her.
I think you're lying.
But now we go into the other bus and Courtney and Elise are talking about basically just their experience going on right now. And Courtney goes on to explain that, yeah, she has a couple dudes she's liking. But the thing is, which she doesn't, for some reason, they're not telling people that they have a history and I do not know why. But in her talking head on the side, she says that she is expecting more out of Usman because they already have a history. So she wants to build connections with these other men, but she's expecting Usman to step up, especially since he's sitting here being like, you're my everything. She's wanting him to show it. But she's glad now that Colty likes her because she's like, now I have some options. I thought I was just stuck with Usman. So she's pretty happy about that. But now after talking about Courtney's train wreck of choices, Chanel's dude Joe, he just keeps saying the weirdest stuff. He starts talking about the butt play.
Chantal, do you slap me in the head with your anal beard?
Sorry, babe. Sorry, babe. Anal bead, oh my god.
There's nothing wrong with ass play.
Oh, okay. Oh. Okay. I know a lot of guys are into that.
I just, like a little tongue action every now and again.
Like, I'm not even
Like, you're giving me a you reach a little down, I'll pop the leg up. I'll lift the leg up a little bit for you,
But thankfully, Chantel's kind of feeling it. She's like, you know what? We can work with this. We can work with this. But now they all arrive back to the resort and they hop off the bus. And for some reason, they all gather around under this thing. They were just chilling there for a minute. I don't know why. Probably, get the last filmage of them all. But Rob and Jen are sitting down on these beanbag chairs and obviously still about to get it on right in front of everybody. They're talking about going and getting the Chargers and beating each other off. And Cole still not having it. He walks over and whispers in Jen's ear, "You're making a mistake," and then lurks right back off into the shadows. And Jennifer's like, no the fuck I'm not. After that, I know I'm not. And honestly, I agree with her. You're not making a mistake. Get away from that man. But Cole goes on to say that he understands he's only been soul tied to this woman for the last 3 days, but their relationship is so strong and he can't believe that his wife would do this to him, that he feels so disrespected. While Rob on the other side is like, damn man, how things could change. I woke up this morning, didn't think I had a shot with Jen at all, but look, I'm about to go beat her off. And it sucks that Cole's in this situation, but oh well, I guess. And they end up going back to the room with each other while Cole still lurks in the shadows. But now Courtney's going back to her room and Usman is on her arm, sadly. Usman is excited as hell. He's like, maybe this dating stuff is working, the coaches and whatnot. This is a good sign. She's holding my arms the right way. Oh yeah, this is my day. But they get back to the room and let me tell you, it was all awkward. It was incredibly awkward. They get inside and Courtney doesn't even get undressed. She puts on a robe and she ends up laying in the bed and they're both in the bed with the clothes that they just left the club in. Ew. But the worst part out of all of it, he's like, so can I stay? You're comfortable with me staying overnight? And she's like, yeah, I guess. Yeah, you can do that. I'm cool with that. And then dude goes on to be like, you sure? I'm gonna take my shoes off. She's like, go ahead. Boy takes his shoes off and this boy didn't have any socks on.
Nasty bitch.
And has the audacity to be like, is it stinky? Yes, it's fucking stinky. What do you mean? But he kicks off his stinky shoes and he comes in close and he's like, give me your hole. And she's like, what? Give me your hole. Give you my hole? No, Hog. H-O-G, Hog. Aren't you Nigerian rapper, artist, singer, all of that? And don't you make songs in English? Boy didn't know what he was asking for. But Courtney and Usman get up into the bed and they don't even cuddle. They both lay straight as a board next to each other. And it was so freaking awkward. Both of them acknowledge that they're in their freaking club clothes and they're laying here all awkward as hell. And he's like, are you sure you want me to stay here? And she's like, well, you don't have like your toothbrush and things like that. So with just that statement, he feels like, oh, okay, now she's giving mixed signals. She doesn't really know what she wants. But he's like, you want me to go? And she's like, no, you can stay. No, you want me to go? I don't have my toothbrush. No, I said you can stay. I'm comfortable with you. No, it doesn't sound like you want me to stay. So eventually, after a little bit of back and forth of saying the same thing over and over again, he's like, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and go tonight. So they do not end up spending the night with each other. But I think that was good for Courtney, because right after he leaves, she's like, you know what? I like Usman. He's cool and all that, but he seems to just be all talk. Like, you're going around telling people you like me, but you're not really doing anything. So I would like to see some action. I'm so happy she's starting to see this. And I don't know if it's because now she has somebody else that's interested in her, or if she really is just trying to, you know, lock in. But I'm happy she's not giving Usman the time of day like that. We get into Jennifer and Rob's night. They get back to the room, and let me tell you, they don't even make it back to her room, okay? They get inside, and Rob is like, you know what? I can't even be mad at Cole. We into the same woman. I get it. She's bad as hell. So, you know, I can't be mad at him. But guess what? I'm not leaving here with nothing. I'm leaving with something. But let me tell you, it gets hot and steamy real quick. I don't even think they played the Switch. I don't think they played Mario Kart at all. Unblur it. Unblur it. Let me see it.
Nasty bitch.
I did not expect them to add that much in there. But now it's the next morning, and Jen and Courtney are out at the pool, and Courtney brings them some breakfast. Blue alcohol. I can't even lie. I would probably be drinking that much too. Free alcohol, bartenders, mixed drinks, resort. I would probably be drinking alcohol for breakfast too. I'm not even gonna lie. It's only 3 weeks. Come on. They go out there, and they're just hanging out, having their conversation. But Courtney, she, of course, just wants to be in the business. So she's like, oh my God, last night was a movie. So after all that drama, Tim just ran off. Okay, anyway, so what's going on with Rob? Did y'all get it in last night? And Jennifer, she does not want to kiss and tell. She's like, we had a good night. Everything was nice. We cuddled all night. That's it. Nothing else. But Courtney knows they got it on. She's like, she ain't got a lie to me. I know she did it. But she respects that Jennifer does not want to open up, so she does not push it anymore. And Courtney says she understands, because she's like, she knows that I'm the tea spiller, so I get it. She doesn't want to tell me the drama yet. But Jen just goes on to explain that she does like Cole, did like Cole, but she's just feeling Rob at this point now, especially with everything that happened last night. So she just doesn't understand what's going on. She doesn't know. Everything is just a roller coaster. But Courtney just tells her, you know, it's only been 3 days. So, you know, just keep your options open. Keep getting to know these people. Now they have Colt and Usman talking about the fight last night, and it's so funny because, you know, they directed Colty to talk about it, and he's such a bad actor. He's like, so last night, you know what happened last night? That drama. What happened? I was not there. Can you explain what happened last night? Dude, could you have not been more natural about that? But Usman just goes on to explain what happened. I don't know why they always do this. Like, why are you still explaining the situation? We all got it. We saw it. But after explaining just the drama between Tim and Jen, Usman tries to, I don't know what. No, I know what he was doing, but why he picked Jen? He's like, so, you been talking to Jen, huh? You think Jen is beautiful? And Colt's weird ass, he's like, you know, I don't know Jen that much. I know I like Latinas. So, you know, she's very attractive. I like her. I don't know. He is just so goddamn weird. But Usman is like, oh, so you're gonna go for Jen? You want to try that? Give that a chance? And Colty already knows. He's like, Jen is way too goddamn hot for me. She's not gonna talk to me. No, I'm good. I'm not gonna do that. But he goes on to explain that he basically thinks Jennifer is just a hoe. Which, I mean, Colty, look in the mirror, my guy. But Usman keeps pushing it. He's like, maybe she'll be with you. I don't know. Give it a chance. And Colt's like, yeah, okay, buddy. But Usman goes on to say that he doesn't understand where him and Courtney are standing. He thinks she's confused. He's even confused. But Colt is here now in the mix, and now he's just trying to push him off somewhere else. And he's like, all I'm trying to see is if he's actually into Courtney. But he already knows that he's into Courtney. That's why you're doing what you're doing right now. But to Usman's dismay, Courtney is over there talking about them. And she's like, I think Usman's mad at me. We're not really talking. Literally, they're sitting right over there, and he didn't even come say hi to me. So I think he's salty. But Colty, now he's kind of cute. cute. I like him. And she even goes on to say that she's had the best conversation with Colty. So she's really digging him right now. But Usman gets down to the nitty gritty. He's like, you know, Courtney, right? Yeah, I see you guys talking and stuff. So what's that about? And Colt goes on to explain that I like her. We've had conversations. She's really chill. I think I like her. I want to go on a date with her. And Usman is like, you know, that's my girl, right? Me, Soldier Boy, artist, Nigerian rapper, singer. And Colt's like, but she didn't say that. Actually, we've been talking. Yeah, I know, because it's been 3 or only 4 days, but she's still my girl, my woman, my Soldier Boy woman. Oh, so you guys have like a promise ring. You guys are gonna, you know, get married and stuff. Oh, no. But I like her, and I'm trying to win her heart. And honestly, I don't think you should compete with me, because you're gonna lose. And in his talking head, he's like, you know what? It would be a damn slap in the face if any woman chose Colty over me. Look at me. I'm smart. I have knowledge. I have intelligence. I have big brains. I'm also a hard worker. Whatever, you know, things like that. And look at me. I'm so much more attractive than him. So what is he gonna bring to the table? He's not a man. All he is a funny looking man. And funny looking men ain't gonna do much for the relationship. But then goes on to tell Colt, basically any woman should be picking Usman over him, and only a slow person would pick Colty over him. And let me tell you, Colty didn't have to say much, but I felt like he ate Usman the fuck up with just like 5 words.
Only no lady will pick you over me.
You think you're better than me?
I didn't think I'm better than you, but I think I'm more man than you.
Think I'm sitting down. Holy
Are you tired?
No, you said the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. You know what a man really thinks about another man? Nothing. You have to tell me you're man or you're more of a man. You're nothing.
He shut Usman the hell down. Had nothing to say after that. Well, actually, they ended it right there, so Usman might have something else to say, but we're gonna have to see in the next week's episode. Which, speaking of next week, they actually have an event or some type of game thing going on for them, and I was wondering when this part was gonna come in. I was like, is this just gonna be more watching people get drunk and fight like The Last Resort? I felt like even in The Last Resort, they didn't even have that much therapy. It was mostly them just getting drunk. So it's kind of nice to know that we're about to get this pretty soon.
I'm definitely out of my comfort zone, but I am here to try new things. Mudbath it is.
My intentions are to meet someone who could be my best friend. And I do want to tell you, I do have 2 kids.
So we have 3 games today, and I choose 4 teams. We have to pop the balloon, but you can't use your hands.
I think my butt. I think you just hip thrust me as hard as you can.
We're gonna have a kiss-off.
The last time I kissed a girl, my world was turned upside down, and here I am about to kiss another one. Am I now going towards more dating women?
And with that was the end of this week's episode. This one was good. It was good. I would have watched an hour and a half of this one. After the 40 minutes was up, I was like, damn, already? But as always, thank you guys for coming and watching. It's always appreciated. You guys have a beautiful day. Bye.